and here I am with you at 9 in the morning. So thank you very much, and I welcome you all. The word is yours.
حق علينا نحن سامحنا ثاني مرة بالليل next time.
لك إن شاء الله والله يرحم ما بقى.
هذا كلنا هذا الدنيا ما تمشي.
Now, first of all, I want to extend my sincere sympathy to you and your family. And I think it is only few people with wisdom that normally can understand the balance life brings and how you manage life as you go along. I just came from Geneva day before yesterday. I was very opportune to listen to a speech by a boasting conductor talking about leadership. I mean, we are talking about leadership, and this man is playing pianos and telling us about all type of inspirational music. But there are two things that I came out of that leadership speech with. One was that in the world we are living today, we are buried in three ugly dynamics: the dynamics of wealth, the dynamics of fame, and the dynamics of power. These three elements are just bringing us in a superior downward stride. But this conductor tried to push us to a trans-induction perspective about leadership. And he defined this as possibilities. And that with possibilities, there are opportunities for a vision. And with a vision, there is a way forward. So I sat down and I went back to my hotel. I asked myself a lot of questions. What are the challenges that we are facing as we get things done in the world? And I really came back and I told my family that if there is anything you always have to remind me, is that if I'm getting crazy, just tell me there is possibilities. And if there is possibilities, you can always have a vision to move ahead. So we are gathering here today on a groundbreaking initiative. It's a groundbreaking initiative, as explained by His Excellency, but it is something that is actually setting a pace in global partnership. And Jordan, I think, is great when you look at it from those innovative approaches, and especially the work you are doing here on economic policy, etc. So, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends and colleagues, I'm pleased to welcome you here today to this important launch of the UNDP Private Sector Partnership Forum, hosted by His Excellency Dr. Talal Abu-Ghazaleh. I would first like to express my sincere appreciation to you, Your Excellency, for your personal engagement and dedication, which has been critical in the establishment of this Private Sector Partnership Forum today. When we met, you inspired me, and I thought about it, and I think it was the right way to move and to actually engage in the private sector in Jordan. You have been a very close friend of the United Nations, and I personally look forward to deepening our friendship and relationship as we move this agenda forward. This launch is coming at a very opportune time. Most of you are aware, Jordan just hosted the World Economic Forum. We have seen the emphasis that was placed on the importance of private-public partnership in order to create a win-win partnership, especially between corporations and startups for economic development. We also saw the renewed emphasis on private partnership in Jordan's 10-year economic blueprint, which I'm sure most of you have seen, Jordan 2025, that is based largely on the public-private partnership. As His Majesty King Abdullah reiterated in his address to the World Economic Forum, and I quote, "Our 10-year economic blueprint, Jordan 2025, will enable us to move fast to diversify resources, to develop infrastructures and capitalize on strengths. This we plan will be delivered through public and private partnership, and to a large extent through projects of over $18 billion to be announced at the World Economic Forum," end of quote. UNDP recognizes that many of the world's development challenges can be partially overcome with the help of vibrant economic growth that is driven by private enterprise that can create jobs, generate tax revenues, and provide vital goods and services for the world's poor. Governments don't create jobs. Private sector create jobs. I think that is one reality we should accept. It is the private sector that creates jobs. It's not governments. Governments create an enabling environment environment for the private sector to invest, and in the process of investing, create jobs for the citizens of that country. That is the model, and that's the model that has worked around the world. UNDP therefore works with the private sector to harness the potential transformative power of market forces with a proper perspective to tackle inequalities and social exclusion. We view this launch of the Private Sector Partnership Forum today as a strategic policy initiative for businesses in Jordan that are committed to furthering human development in the country, centered around the premise that business can help ensure that markets, commerce, technology, and finance advance in ways that benefit economies and societies in the country. As social, political, and economic challenges and opportunities affect businesses, companies recognize the need to collaborate and partner with other stakeholders, including the United Nations. It is my sincere hope that this forum will contribute towards the vision of a sustainable and inclusive economy, contributing to deliver lasting benefits to people, communities, and markets in Jordan. This joint initiative seeks to combine the best practices of the UNDP, such as moral authority and convening power, with the private sector's solution-finding strengths and its expertise and capacities. Allow me, Your Excellency, to conclude by reiterating the UNDP's strong commitment to the partners and people of Jordan to address development challenges. It is my strong belief that this can be done through fostering effective partnership between all stakeholders, including the private sector. I was forced to read a speech, but anyway, I want to thank you for coming here, especially waking you up at 9 o'clock. It's not easy, I mean, to get business people up by 9 o'clock. But I am really pleased that you could spare some time to come and discuss with us this initiative, which I think it is really thinking out of the box. It is a constructive and proactive way to engage with the private sector, which again I underline is the engine for growth and development. The government is supposed to create an enabling policy environment to foster this, and that is what we are here to support, and we very much have been inspired